Hello and welcome to the 14th video lecture of Operations Research, model number 3, video number 14. In today's video lecture, we are going to start with one more problem based upon determining IBFS, that is Initial Basic Feasible Solution of using Northwest Corner method or Northwest Corner rule. We have taken such problems in previous classes also, but there is a difference in this problem. What is the difference is that this problem is not balanced. Let us see how to solve or how to determine the IBFS using Northwest Corner method when the problem given is not balanced. So the problem given is like this. The cost matrix is given. There are three destinations D1, D2, D3. Three sources are there, S1, S2 and S3. Supply and demand restrictions are there. So let us solve this problem. As the first step is there, that remains the same. That is, you always have to, whenever a transportation matrix is given to you, you have to first check whether the given problem is balanced or not. How do we check that? We first find out that is the total of all the supply. Then we find out the total of demand. If supply is equal to demand, we write that the problem is balanced and we move ahead to Northwest Corner method. Let us see whether this problem is balanced or not. So total supply is equal to 15 plus 12 plus 8, that is 35, right? Then total demand. What is the total demand? Total demand is here 10 plus 25, 35 plus 7, 42. So clearly total supply is not equal to total demand. That is what I have written. Total supply is not equal to total demand. So if total supply is not equal to total demand, we have to write therefore the given problem is unbalanced, and that is why we have to first balance the problem. Hence we balance the problem. How do we balance the problem? We have to add a dummy. So hence we balance the problem by adding a dummy. So how do we add dummy? Dummy means a source or a destination that is not real. It is just used for calculation purpose. In actual life or in real situation, such kind of destination or such kind of a source does not exist. A dummy destination does not exist or a dummy source does not exist. It is just used for the sake of calculation purpose only. So now in this case, you either have to add a dummy column or a dummy row. So what should we add? To understand that, we have to first see where is our requirements, where should we add something to make it equal. See, this is 15, total supply is 35, that is total supply is 35. If we add something, we always have to add, we cannot remove. So if we add 7 here, that is 7 here, then the total supply will be equal to total demand. That is what we need. One more here, 7. So if there's one more row here, say S4 suppose. So if S4 is there, then it becomes 42 where the supply is 7. So that means one more row we are adding. Remember, horizontal horizontal are rows, vertical we always have columns. So we are adding a dummy row. So right, by adding a dummy row. In this case, we are adding a dummy row. There are problems where you might be required to add dummy columns also. So after adding a dummy row, it looks like this. I'm copying all the problem like it how they have given. This you can see this. The problem, whatever was given, I've copied as it is. 528 364 528 364 710 3 710 3 D1 D2 D3 S1 S2 S3. Dummy row I'm adding, so I'm writing dummy. Supply conditions are also same I've written. Now only thing, whenever you write either a dummy row or a dummy column, remember that the cost elements of those dummy is always 0 0 0 0. Okay, whether it is dummy row or dummy column, you have to write 0, 0, 0 as the cost elements. Supply should be 7 in this case. Why 7? Because if it is 7, then only it will be balanced. See, now the total is 42. This supply, total demand is also 42. Therefore, the problem is balanced. Now that the problem is balanced, now you have to move ahead and you have to solve this using northwest corner rule, just like how we had done previously. So let us move by start by solving it. Northwest corner rule. What does it say? That you have to allocate first to the top left corner. Top left corner. Left side top corner. So here I am gonna allocate. Allocation can be happen with a circle here also, or many people they also have a small box here and allocate this way. So this also is fine. Whichever method you want, you can use it. So here I have to allocate. How much should I allocate? Minimum of supply and demand. Supply is 15, demand is 10. So minimum of supply and demand is 10. Minimum out of 10 and 15 is 10. So how much is remaining? 0. How much is remaining? 5. This has become 0. Whichever becomes 0, cancel it out. Now, this is 10. Now, in the remaining part, which is the northwest corner or the top left corner is this. So allocate here. How much will you allocate? Minimum of supply and demand. Supply is 5, demand is 25. So you have to allocate 5. Minimum of supply and demand. Remaining is 0 because 5 you have allocated there. Here it is 20. This has become 0, the row, so I am cancelling it out. Now, the remaining matrix is only this much. In this top left is 6. So how much you should allocate here? Minimum of supply and demand. 12 is the supply, demand is 20. So I am allocating 12. So subtract 12 from here, you will get 8. Subtract 12 from here, you will get 0. This has become 0, so cancel this out. Now the remaining cost matrix is this, which is the top left corner or the northwest corner. It is this. Allocate here. Minimum of supply and demand. Supply is 8, demand is 8. So allocate 8. Remaining is 0. Remaining is 0. Both have become 0, so cancel it out. Now here you need to allocate 7 because supply is only 1 is remaining, so you have to allocate here only. Supply is also 7, demand is also 7. Minimum of supply and demand is 7. Allocate 7. Remaining is 0. Here remaining is 0. Both have become 0. Cancel it out. Just see, check whether all the rows, all the columns are cancelled or not. If they are cancelled, that means that you have balanced the problem. Or else if something is remaining, that means you have forgotten to balance the problem. You have there was a need of dummy. That is, supply was not equal to demand. Now let us find the total transportation cost by allocating. So once allocations have been done, I am preparing the table. The table is like this: source, destination and transportation cost. Source, here's here. Source S1. So S1 to D1, the first allocation. So source S1 to D1. What is the total transportation cost here? 5 into 10. So I am writing here as 5 into 10. Into 10 equal to 50 units. The next allocation is S1 to D2. S1, D2. So S1, D2. What is the transportation cost? 2 into 5. The third is S2, D2. That is S2, D2. That is 6 into 12. The fourth is S3, D2. Okay. So that is 10 into 8. I forgot this to write S3, D2. S1, S1. S3, D2. It is 10 into 8. And lastly, dummy and D3. So that is 0 into 7 equal to 0. Always the cost will be 0. So total cost, you write total cost is equals to, add up all this, you'll get your final answer, right? Units. Yeah. So the total cost is 2, 6 plus 7, 13, 21, 212 units. So this is how you have to solve. In this case, only one thing is you have to check whether the problem is balanced or not. If it is not balanced, you have to add a dummy column or a dummy row. That is what you have to see. Remaining all the steps remain the same. With this, we stop today. I hope you have understood today's class. If you have not understood, you can always contact us. There are some videos available on YouTube also. You can search and you can get to know how to balance the transportation problems.